All right. What up, it's Shankster94, and welcome to the 77th weekly Q&A. I'm your host, TheGamerShankster, also known as Shankster94. This is a place for you guys to ask questions, receive answers, communicate with each other, have pitiful comment wars, and, if any show up, witness the occasional troll get blocked. All right. So, who do we got? We got Wyatt Shottrand, use U.S. Army 916 SCP, AG-22, Nightboy X-99, the Grim Reaper 121, and that's the bottom as far as I see. All right. So, until the questions, well, Wyatt always asks the first question with political bullshit, or world news of some sort. So we're gonna go ahead and start the 1 hour timer. 1 hour, 0 minutes. All right. And yeah, as you can tell, I'm speaking very lightly this time. One, because I do want to save my voice, and because I'm not in a very festive mood right now. So I'm just gonna get this over with. As long as you guys can understand me clearly, that's all that matters. All right. So, White Shot Trend, did I hear about all the bombs going out with people? And did I hear they caught the guy? Yeah, I just heard today that apparently they got a suspect. Also, could I start saying epic comic wars? No, because they're not always epic. They're pitiful most of the time. So, Nightboy, you haven't tuned in for a while. You assume the fire stuff name is all gone. Oh man, you have, not been well informed. That's been gone for a long time. A good couple months at least. I'm drinking water, AG-22. Yeah, did I hear about the Mega Millions jackpot? I actually bought myself a couple tickets. Yeah, the Lotto Fever. Would I rather have won the Mega Millions jackpot or a man have comes to visit me and we both have a great time? Of course, I would rather win the Mega Millions jackpot. But the odds of that are astronomically greater than the odds of Manaf coming to visit me. Also, am I still with my girlfriend? Yeah, of course. And slow mode isn't on because it's a weekday in the middle of the afternoon, so I don't expect a lot of people to be attending this one. It's going good, man. Alright, AG-22. If I won the jackpot, would I share it with you guys? No. Of course you would. What? That's funny. So it would have been easy. So let me see how many concurrent viewers I actually have right now. I could actually look at those analytics. There's only 5 right now. Excuse me. What was I doing before the stream? What would I be doing after? Well, before, pretty much I woke up and just watched a couple YouTube videos and I started getting ready for it. I didn't really do much beforehand. Afterward, probably gonna be doing much of the same thing. Today's gonna be a boring day for me, really. What did I last eat? What will I next eat? I tend to. Actually, no. The last thing I ate was pomegranate. Believe it or not. Yeah. The next thing I'm gonna eat, probably pizza pocket. It sounds pretty good right now. Thoughts on the news of Resident Evil 0 remake and 4 coming out to the Switch, White Chatron? Yeah, I saw your Facebook message, and all I could say really is good for you, because that doesn't change anything I'm gonna do. Still not gonna get a Switch. But that just makes me know that Resident Evil 4 has officially, if it wasn't already, it's become the most ported Resident Evil game in the entire series. You don't know how many different ports Resident Evil 4 has today? Especially now that it's going to the Switch as well? It's like on almost every platform. The only platform it didn't get, apparently, was the Xbox original. It didn't get a platform on that. Probably a lot of people think it should have at this point. AG22, when will Capcom reach out and endorse me? I probably do hardly anything for them in their eyes, so probably never. AG22 also, how long is the stream? A standard 1 hour, as always. Although Wyatt recently pointed out that apparently my number 13 was actually a short one, was the short one that I did. It was only 24 minutes long. Man, if your internet is bad and you'll have to download the replay stream, so got to go. Have a good day. At least thanks for tuning in, man. It's always what counts, I guess. You're back, U.S. Army 916 SCP. Yeah, I noticed. You're at the very top of the chat, like before I started. Nightboy, damn, Resident Evil 4 going to be on every system. Imagine what it would be like if it was on PS1. Well, that's not going to happen. That's guaranteed. They're not going to backport it. If the Resident Evil 4 port to the Switch had an exclusive scenario of what Krauser did during Resident Evil 4, would I get the Switch? Assume it would never come to another console. No, I still wouldn't. Exclusive content doesn't yield the need to get a new console. An exclusive game yields the need to get a new console for me. Also, would I ever do an exposed type video where I reveal how terrible another channel is and trash them? I know a channel that's just a bit smaller than me, but badly needs to be trashed. No. I don't feel like trashing on other people's channels. Like, what if a bigger channel trashed on me? How would you feel? In the end of the day, it's all opinions. AG22, have I ever played Resident Evil 4 mobile? No. Don't plan to either. U.S. Army 916 SCP, what did I think Hunk? What do I think about Hunk? One of the most mysterious characters in the franchise, but somehow automatically is a badass because just of the events in Resident Evil 2 and the fact that he seemingly survives everything. So, yeah, they need to bring him back too at some point, like in physical form. Don't know if it's gonna happen though. He'd be like pretty old by now if you ask me, wouldn't he? Anyway, White Chatron, Resident Evil 4 is the highest rated Resident Evil game, most ported, and the only one to win Game of the Year from any media outlet. Yeah, so for all intents and purposes, it is the best Resident Evil game, whether in the public's eye, in the media's eye, and yeah. It's not my personal favorite though, and it doesn't have to be. Age of 22. Does my girlfriend watch my videos? If she does, what does she think? No, she doesn't watch my videos, but that's okay. I don't expect her to. YouTube is not my biggest pride in life, unfortunately for you guys. Nightboy, anybody know where the PlayStation 1 Classic is being sold? Anyone can answer? Yeah, I don't have an answer for you. White Chatran, the most pointless type of question you've ever asked? Superhero versus superhero. AG22, which phone do I currently have and when will I upgrade or switch? I currently have the iPhone 8 Plus. When will I upgrade? Probably not for a couple of years. Maybe when the iPhone 10, actual 10, not X, 10 comes out. And yeah, I'm keeping up with the chat very good because, yeah, we only got like 5 people here. 6, according to my statistics. And they're pretty much all in the chat right here. Yeah. Sorry if my monotone, like, mood right now is a little bit off-putting. It's just the way I feel right now. Wyatt. Resident Evil 4 is not the best-selling Resident Evil game of all time, though. Resident Evil 5 is, with over 7 million copies. Wow. That's interesting. You would think that Resident Evil 4 would surpass that with all the ports it's getting. Maybe the Switch port will surpass it. Maybe. Hopefully. Because, yeah, Resident Evil 5 being the top selling is kind of sad. AG22, where do I see Resident Evil in 10 years? You know I hate these types of questions, but I'm curious. I don't know what gave off that idea. Where do I see Resident Evil in 10 years? I'm just hoping it's still a thing. It's been around for 22 years, so I feel like it can go another 10. 22 years and we've only gotten up to 7. So 10 years, probably only get to 10 or 11. Why Chatran, you think this tagline has been used for like Resident Evil 6 or something? Not 100% sure. In any case, what are my thoughts on it? Fight the war on horror. Rate its coolness, epicness, badassness. It sounds corny, cheesy, tacky to me. Also, AG22 is referring to the fact that I don't usually like speculative questions. Yeah, like Resident Evil 8, for example. I don't like to. I'd rather not speculate. Now, Resident Evil in 10 years from now is, for me, that's kind of different. How scary was the new Halloween movie? Well, the fact that I'm a grown ass man and have grown to love the Halloween movies for their like plot lines, it's not really scary for me anymore. And the fact that Laurie Strode was like super prepared for this, like I was just ready for the badassery. What are my thoughts on the new movie's musical score? Well, it's very similar to the original, so good job on them for doing that. The cinematography, I didn't pay attention to it, so I don't give a shit. Michael Cho, have someone make me a Jill sandwich or Brad chicken. No, I didn't know Brad chicken was a thing. I know he was called Chicken Heart. The Halloween movie's acting. I mean, did what they could. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis at this point is going to be typecasted as Laurie Strode, so yeah. Michael Myers from the new Halloween movie versus Nemesis. Well, Michael Myers from the new movie is like old at this point. I feel like Nemesis is going to win somehow. I'll just blow him to bits, and he can't be resurrected. One of my favorite things about the new Halloween movie, now that I've seen it, is the fact that they made the main titles like exactly like the original and Halloween 2. AG22. Do I hate the typical cliche scary movie scenes? Examples: girl trips over, falls, gets killed, or person enters a room and they turn around and die. Yeah, I kind of do. It's stupidity. Wyatt, Michael Myers from the new Halloween versus Vertigo. I'm not gonna answer any more of these Michael Myers questions. They're just, I don't. Just because he's immortal doesn't mean he's unstoppable. Michael Cho, have the parents kick me in the crotch every time I give kids candy for Halloween, or give the kids candy along with shots of vodka and get away with it. Parents would have to be pretty fucked up if they kick me every time I give kids candy. But in those two scenarios, I'd rather give kids shots of vodka. Just a shot won't get them too badly. AG22, what new movies am I looking forward to? Quite a few in 2019. like pretty much all of the live action Disney movies that are coming out. So like Dumbo, Aladdin, and The Lion King. The Lion King, most of all. Then I'm looking forward to It Chapter 2 or Part 2, whatever it's called. Let's see. I mean, though all those for sure. Can't remember much else. Oh, of course, Avengers 4 and Captain Marvel. Yeah. So a lot of Disney related stuff, but yeah. What, face off against Michael Myers in my apartment or against a chaos? Well, I would fare better. I feel like against Michael Myers. He's not an abomination like the chaos. U.S. Army 916 SCP Halo Infinity. I don't play Halo, so no comment. I also don't play Call of Duty, Gears of War, or anything like that, so don't go there either. AG22, if I won the jackpot lottery, what would I do with the money? I would invest, like, pretty much in most of it. I would use a chunk of it to, like, I don't know, better, to severely upgrade, like, most of everything I own first. Not ridiculously, like, I'm not talking I'm going from an apartment to a mansion or anything. I might put a down payment on a house, but I'm not gonna say much more about it. I also don't really like money questions, like what would I do if I had this? Because it's never gonna happen, or it's not gonna happen soon anyway. What trivia question? What is the tagline on the back of Resident Evil 4's Wii case? I don't know. I could cheat and look right now because I still have it, but I'm not going to. I don't feel like getting up. Yeah, and here come your gun lookups. 2 gun questions, 1 car question. Probably with 2 or 3 guns in each question, so you cheat it. Alright, well, I do have Google Images ready to go because I was anticipating this, so yeah, ask away. The tagline is The Nightmare is Reborn. Whoop-de-doo. Don't care. Only 18 minutes into this thing. Michael Cho, give the kids sticks of butter or black Twizzlers? Black Twizzlers, because I feel like more kids would like that than sticks of butter. Some people like the uh black Twizzlers. What flavor is that? know I know it's a flavor that some people really think is just, or it's like black licorice. Black licorice. That's what it is. All right, what? Following two loadouts to survive a Chaos Evil Manif clone. Not that I care that it's Manif. You'd be dressed in riot gear, huh? The French EPA 3 with Fire Rate 2, 3 Resident Evil 7 Throwing Spears, and 1 Rev Exploding Bottle. Or a Smith and Wesson 3000 shotgun, 3 Resident Evil 4 harpoons, and 1 Resident Evil 4 green red herb combo. Alright. Well, 2 guns are Fronchi PA3. You know, I actually have the Fronchi PA3 slash 215 in my search history, so you must have made me look this gun up already. Okay. Or the Smith & Wesson 3000 shotgun. Okay, so those 2 shotguns. Let me look at the rest of the loadout again. Chaos plus Evil Man of Clone Apocalypse, the Manos of Suggestion, Riot Gear. Chaos and person in Riot Gear, huh? I will go with loadout A. Yeah. U.S. Army 916. You forgot the what at the beginning of your sentence, but what did I think about the other weapons in Resident Evil 2 Remake? Well, I have yet to play the full version of the game, so I can't really comment on that other than what I've already seen. I mean, there's obviously Leon's handgun, Claire's little revolver, and the shotgun of some sort. I'm excited for the game in general. Really. No specific element is getting me more excited than the other. Other than the plot line, maybe. Yeah, the Q&As are a little more, usually more festive than this. It's kind of why I totally... Alright, there's about to be a super chat coming in. There it is. Alright, so to commemorate my 77th as well as Resident Evil 7, your question is Michael Myers from the new Halloween versus fully human Darkside Chronicles Krauser. So through super chat, you forced me to answer that question. Krauser will find a way to defeat him. He will. Michael Cho, what are my expectations of Resident Evil 2 Remake? I hope they keep true to the original plotline as much as they could with a few additions, like it looks like it's looking to be. I hope it's not an action fest. And I hope at some point Ada loses that coat and those glasses. There you go. Alright, let's lean back for the rest of this. Alright, next weapon question from Wyatt. The Sig Sauer P232 pistol or the Beretta Cougar to survive the evil... Man, just the fucking rotted apocalypse. Alright, let's see. 6 hour P232. That's a weird looking pistol. It looks like the Walther PPK almost. Or the Beretta Cougar. I'm assuming that's a similar pistol. Kind of, but it looks a lot more like a Beretta. A tiny Beretta. Let me see. To survive a rotted apocalypse, I'm going with the Beretta. It looks like it has more firepower. Also, where did I get the shirt I'm currently wearing? You actually have a family in Wyoming, and I've been there you've been there several times, which make... I've actually never been to Wyoming. This is a shirt my parents randomly got for me just because they thought the design looked cool. Has nothing to do with Wyoming for me. So sorry to disappoint you. Michael Cho, have vegetarian zombies attack my house, or have giant ass spiders who can't shoot webs attack my house? I would rather have vegetarian zombies. Alright, Wyatt, the closest I've ever been to you geographically would be Orlando, Florida, back in 2007. I visited Disney World. Wyatt, own and drive a pink Smart 42, must look up for the rest of my life, or or, own and drive an Oscar Mayer Wienermobile for the rest of my life. Okay. Well, let's see what a Smart 42 looks like. Yeah, I figured it was something retarded looking like that. And it's pink on top of that. Or an Oscar Mayer Wiener. Oscar Mayer. Yeah, go fuck yourself with the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. I'll drive. I'll drive the Smart 42. It's probably a good car, actually. It's just tiny. And pink just means I support breast cancer awareness. So nothing wrong with that. By the way, I'm not speaking this slow because I'm sick or anything. I'm just in a weird mood, is all. Would would I rather always be my birthday or always be Christmas? I don't do anything for my birthday these days, so I would much rather it always be Christmas. You missed a lot, age 22? What do you mean? Did you take a break for a little while? 27 minutes into this. I got 33 left. Did I have a fight argument with my girlfriend? Have I ever? No. And no. Alright, what Manif breaks into my place and tries to beat me with a baseball bat, or Leon tries to? Well, it would make a lot more sense if Leon tried to, because Manif is a huge fan of me, so he's never going to do that. U.S. Army, BSAA versus the USS. BSAA. You had something to do, AG. Alright. Wyatt, this seems like a good Q&A to make 77 minutes long. Don't even joke, man. Because once I get past the 60 mark, I'm just going to let it sit for the next 17 if I'm going to really do that. Don't give me ideas. I actually have one time thought about scheduling a Q&A and then just starting the stream, but just not be here. You just stare at my wall for an hour. AG22, least favorite place in a Resident Evil game. My least favorite place in a Resident Evil game. That is pretty vague. There's probably several, and I have to name one. I'll just throw one out there right now. It's probably not actually my least favorite, but I don't have time to think about it. It's like the meat processing plant in Revelations 2. Wyatt, during the zombie apocalypse, would I rather have a 48% chance of finding a weapon plus ammo stash, or a 56% chance of finding an armored Hummer with a full tank of gas? I would rather have a 56% chance of the armored Hummer. That's a lot more useful for me. Michael Cho, am I a candy or chocolate person? Candy. I don't do chocolate very much. White Chatrand, my girlfriend runs into an El Gigante while hiking in the woods and runs a high chance of getting smashed and killed by it, or Manif does. I'm sorry, man, if you're dying. Also, Wyatt, least and most favorite thing about the infamous water room in the castle in Resident Evil 4. My least favorite thing is all the Novistadors, and my most favorite thing is the butterfly lamp, I guess. Are we even talking about the same room? I'm not sure what is considered the water room. For me, the water room is where the Novistador show up and you have to drain, like, the water. Age 22. Ketchup or mustard? Ketchup. Much more. Tacos or burritos? Burritos, for sure. Wyatt, my mom sees a berzak in the water while swimming in a lake and runs a high chance of getting chomped to bits, or my sister does. My sister. Age of 22, vanilla or chocolate? Vanilla, all the way. Wyatt, the water room is the place right after you fight the very first El Garador in the game with all of the monks. I was thinking about the sewers. The water room is the place right after you fight the very first El Garador. Is that the place where Ashley has to crank away? I would have never regarded it as the water room. I'm going to let you answer that before I keep going, because I don't want to keep getting it wrong. It still wasn't, like, enough information. Because I'm pretty sure the room right after the first Okay. So what do I think of that whole sequence? That's like one of my least favorite sequences in the entire game of Resident Evil 4, to be honest. It's one of the toughest to get through. And it's stupid because even if you get all the way near the end and Ashley dies or you die, you go all the way back to the start of that room, I think. Or is it once you crank the stairs down, then it starts at that point? I forgot. But anyway, my most favorite thing about that is probably all the money you'll probably gain and ammo you'll gain from all of the zealots that you defeat. And then my least favorite thing is the whole sequence in general, with all the different enemies that show up, and the possibility of a bunch of zealots coming down the stairs once you release them. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. AG22, does Resident Evil 2 have an invisible enemy mode? The original, no. The remake, I can't tell you that. It's not out yet. That's weird. Michael Cho, use a Samsung as grenade or an iPhone as a weak lightsaber. I would rather use a Samsung as grenade. U.S. Army, Resident Evil 7 just don't fit in with the Resident Evil series. That is a lot of people's opinions. It is definitely not mine, though. White Shot Trend, Berserk versus Crimson Head Leon. It doesn't matter if he's Leon, he's not going to have his skills anymore. So Berserk's going to win. Also, Berserk versus 13 Gyozo. I feel like the Berserk still is going to win. Oh, yeah. AG22, Giant Majini versus Garador. I think the Garador is gonna win, yeah. White Chatron, Leon versus Ada in a jet ski race. Leon. I'm still keeping up with this. Alright, 27 minutes left. Little by little. This is probably going to go down in history as one of the most boring Q&As in the series. I'm just glad it's Friday. That is the one thing I'm happy about today. Okay. Also, Krauser's Resident Evil 4 base form versus Resident Evil 6, Chris. Keep in mind that they both have unstable minds. I do keep that in mind, and with that in mind, I feel like Krauser's base form is actually going to win Chris. Wyatt Shotron, how many in real life friends do I have? Well, that's a bit personal, but okay. 7. AG-22, Resident Evil 5 Gatling gun, dude. Yeah, the Gatling gun by Genie versus JJ. Yeah, those are their names. JJ, he's a lot more brutal. Why always have it smell like shit in whatever apartment place I live in, or have it be freezing in whatever apartment place I live in. I'd rather have it be freezing because I could always warm up. Have it always smell like sex wherever I live, or always smell like piss. Sex. So you mean jizz, right? Will I always live in an apartment, or would I ever get a house? I'll eventually get a house. I don't plan on living apartment life forever. No way. But I don't plan on leaving it for a while either. AG-22. Do I believe in more dimensions? Oh yeah, I do. I really do. I know time is considered the fourth dimension. U.S. Army. Zombie, they're coming back. I don't get it. What? Nemesis versus Mr. X in an arm wrestling contest. Mr. X. Also, never be able to eat restaurant pizza again. Only store-bought pizza or homemade. Okay. Or never be able to eat restaurant burgers again. Only store-bought or homemade. I would never be. I would never be able to eat restaurant pizza again. Or I would rather never be able to eat restaurant pizza again. Because I don't make homemade burgers very often, so that would be hard to live without. I need the restaurant burgers more than the restaurant pizza. I actually love frozen pizza that I buy myself and homemade pizza, which I actually have made from scratch. AG-22. Would I like to see what the other dimensions are of me are doing right now? Now, okay, I believe in other dimensions. I don't know if I believe in other dimensional versions of myself. It's a weird concept. Have no idea what they would be doing right now. They're probably laughing at my versatile existence right now. AG-22, chicken or beef? I like beef a lot more than chicken. Wyatt, can I rate the following pizza toppings from most to least favorite? Seafood, broccoli, anchovy, or spinach. Okay. From most to least favorite, I'll go with spinach, broccoli, seafood, then anchovy. Yeah. What? That was already asked. Too late. AG-22. Chicken McNuggets versus chicken strips. Why did I say McNuggets? Chicken nuggets versus chicken strips. Strips. Um, I'm going with chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets. And yeah, I know AG-22. That's why I didn't answer it from him. Wyatt, least to most terrifying. Least to most terrifying enemies. Javier Hidalgo's final form. Krauser's final form, Jack Norman, and a single roach from versus roach mode. Okay, well, obviously the single roach is the least terrifying. And then Krauser, then Jack Norman, then Javier Hidalgo. There you go. Favorite dipping sauce, AG-22? Marinara. White Chotron, meatballs on pizza or chicken wings? Meatballs. Obviously, you're trying to make me hungry, which is fine because I'm going to be eating pizza pockets right after this. What? Which is better, Lost in Nightmares or Separate Ways? Separate Ways, a lot better. Although Lost in Nightmares is like one of the best modes in Resident Evil 5 for sure. AG-22. How did I find out about Wesker's sprint attack in Resident Evil 5? By other people doing it in Mercenaries mode. Also, Wyatt Chatrand, least most favorite things about Separate Ways. You mean least and most favorite, not two most favorite. I'm not gonna give you a list. My least favorite thing about Separate Ways. Honestly, I guess is the length. I wish it could be as long as Leon's campaign, I guess. Like the whole, like all of Ada's adventures compared to his. Um, my most favorite thing, of course, is the fact that you get to be Ada Wong. And she has a pretty nice. I like the sound effect of her shotgun. Least and most favorite thing about Lost in Nightmares. My least favorite thing about Lost in Nightmares um is the whole catacomb sequence with the with whatever that thing is called that's like a makeshift executioner. Especially if it actually prevents itself from getting crushed and you have to perform a finisher on it. My most favorite thing about Lost in Nightmares, though, is the Easter egg where you can do the first part of it in classic fixed camera angle mode. AG22, Krauser versus Sheva bow and arrow contest. Ooh, Sheva. Actually, no, take that back. It's Krauser. It's definitely Krauser. White Chachin, when I do my full play of Revelations 1 on the hardest difficulty, do I think I'll die a lot on the final boss? Oh, like on Jack Norman? I feel like I might actually get by. Not too shabby. I mean, I have beaten Abyss mode or Hell mode, whatever it's called. Anyway, AG22, which was more cool? Leon versus Krauser knife battle or Leon surviving the laser beam room? More cool with Leon surviving the laser beams. Yeah. Also, have I ever tried Monster Coffee? No. Oh god. What? Do I think my next video could take another month to come out? Which is actually my weapon review for Resident Evil 0 HD Remaster. No. I should have it uploaded before a whole month passes. Should be uploaded within a couple weeks at the very most, really. I have already started editing it. I'm 4 weapons in currently out of the 13 weapons that are in that game. I haven't had a lot of time to edit this week because of outside events. So, yeah. It might have been uploaded by now if I had complete free time, but some things are more important to me than my YouTube channel, as I constantly have to remind everyone. Anyway, also least and most favorite thing about the aspects. List at least 3 things. Fine. Least, neutral, and most. My least favorite thing about the sound editing is you asking that question. My most favorite thing about it is maybe the sound of it. My neutral thing about it is I really don't care to answer this question. Why? I'm sorry. I can't answer this question. Why have not have hot sex with Ada as I fight through separate ways with her, or have hot sex with Resident Evil 6 Ada as I fight through her Resident Evil 6 scenario with her. Separate ways, much more. My reaction if Tina, but no one else, comes into the chat and starts blowing up the chat with difficult riddles. I'd put her in timeout. No joke. AG22. Yeah. How many more minutes, AG22? 17. I'm almost to the point where I really prefer if you stop with the sound editing questions and pretty much anything about the individual parameters of filmmaking. How about just ask me what I thought about the film in general, okay? Because I can't pick apart a film like that. Even though I'm a fan of film, I can't do it like that initially. I never even saw the question because it was retracted. Anyway. U.S. Army M4 or G36K? I think I would rather go with the M4. White Chatron, what is my opinion of Capicola? Capicola. If I don't know what it is, look it up. Capicola. It's like little meat strips. Looks actually kind of tasty. Looks like lunch meat for a sandwich or something. I don't know. I've never had it. Alright. AG22. Snort a line of coke or inject a syringe full of heroin. Ugh. Dude, why are you asking me about drugs? I'd rather do neither. But if I had no choice but to do one or the other, I'd probably snort a line of coke. Because heroin, I feel like... Ugh, I don't like needles. White Chatron, always be forced to never change the oil in my car until there's a serious mechanical problem as a result, or never be able to fill up my car's gas tank until it runs out and I'm stuck on the side of the road. In either scenario, I'm not allowed to either carry gas or oil with me on the road. I must wait until the car breaks down or runs out of gas. So the real question is, would I rather run out of gas or have my engine blow up? I'd rather just simply run out of gas. I almost have one time. AG22, favorite Jolly Rancher flavor. Sour green apple, all the way. Yeah. White Chatron, my car breaks down on the highway, and when I get out of the car to take a look under the hood, I get hit and killed by another speeding vehicle. Or a real world Jurassic Park is built, and when I go, I accidentally fall into the Mosasaurus's tank and it devours me whole. So get hit by a speeding vehicle, or get swallowed whole by a genetically modified dinosaur. I think I'd rather just be hit by a speeding vehicle. Yeah. Might actually, well, you said killed, so I won't, but I have a higher chance of survival on that than I do getting devoured. 13.5 minutes. Age of 22. Who created this world we exist in? The Big Bang. I'm a complete science nerd. I don't believe in, like, I don't believe a being actually created this universe. I think it spawned on its own somehow. The Big Bang Theory is like a good theory. I'm gonna be brutally honest, guys. I honestly can't. I can't wait for this Q&A to be over. It's a very dull one, just like I predicted. Probably because I scheduled it on a weekday in the middle of the afternoon. But I had to due to circumstances. Because I got things to do this weekend. AG22, if reincarnation exists, how do ghosts exist? See, that's the thing. It's like I don't believe in ghosts at all. Reincarnation, I want to believe that. I'm hoping that's the case, is what I mean. White Chatron, my family is attending a real life version of Jurassic Park. Unfortunately, the T-Rex starts to chase all of me. Do I trip my sister so the T-Rex gets her and eats her, or do I slow down and let T-Rex get me and eat you? Given my family a 65% chance of escaping, I only have two options in this scenario. Attempting to choose other options results in the immediate death of everyone. You're so morbid, Riot. Seriously. But yeah, I'd rather trip my sister. AG22, have I decided on which Q&A I will stop at? Oh yeah, 104. That's going to be the last one. It's going to be the last weekly one. Q&As are never ending, but they're going to convert from weekly to monthly after 104, and then I'm going to restart the count too. So it's going to turn into weekly Q&A 104, and the next one will be monthly Q&A number 1. White Chatron, would I rather sit and read the entire Wikipedia entry for the Resident Evil series, the series as a whole, not each individual game, or read the Wikipedia entry for the MCU. I'd rather read the Wikipedia entry for Resident Evil. Age 22. How did I decide on that decision? Because these Q&As are starting to become too much of an obligation, and I decided the 2-year anniversary is a great place to stop at. Take today for example. Take today for example, it would be nice if I didn't have to do this Q&A. But that's only part of the equation. There's several reasons why I don't want to do the Q&As weekly anymore after the 2-year anniversary. AG 22, or I mean US Army. Have I ever went to a game over video game? No. Whatever that is. Wyatt Chatran, the T-Rex scenario, except it's my girlfriend and not my sister in the first option. Well then, no, I would slow down and sacrifice myself. Also, am I hyped for when the next Jurassic World comes out? No, not hyped. Just I might go see it though. AG22, after I have settled with my life, what will I do with my channel? That is a really good question. I want to say that my channel's never gonna end. It's more likely YouTube's gonna shut down than I actually end my channel. That's a more likely outcome. But yeah, when I'm all settled down, have kids and whatnot, I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to continue it. Because at the end of the day, it's always been a hobby. It's never been a job or an obligation of mine. Money really helps, that's for sure, and it makes it more exciting, but I don't intend on it. I don't really expect it to become my life at all. Would have to be noticed by some crazy popular YouTuber who decided to do me a shout out or a service. It's the only way I'm ever going to get popular enough to be able to live off of YouTube. And even then, it's sketchy because YouTube's terms changed every year, and the apocalypse last year or the year before that now, I don't know. It's just like, yeah, there's too many reasons why this channel's end up gonna, I don't know. I don't want it to end. I don't feel like it's gonna end, but it's gonna definitely slow down in the future. Alright, White Chatron with 4 questions in a row, you hog. You have to be honest, the 3-year anniversary of the Q&As would have been better place to stop at. Going down to once a month is going to be tough for you to adjust to. Well, of course you want me to extend it a year because you're the most frequent contender. But anyway, what? Give up sex forever or spend the next 10 years in DSO lockup where Leon makes cruel fun of me every day? I'd rather spend 10 years in DSO lockup. Give up sex forever, or my girlfriend turns into vertigo. If I go with the second option, authorities take my mutated girlfriend into custody and lock her up in a secret government lab forever, and I find a super hot 10 agent shortly after. Well, that's overall a better option than to just simply give up sex forever, man. So, yeah, my girlfriend's turning into vertigo, I guess. AG22. Yeah, that's why I'm going into depression now, because, I mean, he already knew, but now that I'm actually emphasizing the fact that I'm ending the weekly Q&As on 104, he's getting upset. Why I could commit to the channel full time and just drive for Uber to make extra money, since driving for Uber is okay money. I wouldn't do good at Uber. I feel weird about driving strangers. I can't do it. And there's always risks. No, it's a very risky profession if you ask me. Why not give up sex forever or fight 5 hunter elites with nothing but soggy tree branch? Well, in that scenario, I guess I'll give up the sex. Why are you so hell-bent on making me give up sex? Alright. A little over 5 minutes left. We're almost there. Oh, and if you didn't notice, there's no cat in my room this time. How many concurrent viewers do we have now? Only 3, which is which I bet is Wyatt Chatra and AG22 and possibly U.S. Army. Yeah, those are the only people who are watching this now. Yeah, so much. It's not a popular Q&A at all. So, Chatra, have I ever been to a dry cleaner? No. AG22, do I know about any unreleased enemies in Resident Evil? I know about, like, Plant 43, I know about U9, and then I think there was an unreleased Hunter. Forgot what it's called, though. Have I ever been to a laundromat? Laundromat? Yes, I have been to one of those. Did the cat get killed? No, she's just in a different room behind a shut door. Have I ever driven a manual car? Yes, I learned on a manual. So I can drive anything. And it sucks that this isn't a popular Q&A since it was supposed to commemorate Resident Evil 7 and be Lucky Sevens. That was never the plan, but okay. No, and I also don't know when the next time I'm gonna co-host with anyone. Since all those co-hostings we were doing up to 75 were to build up the hype to 75. So now we'll have to like build up the hype to 100 or something, or to 90 actually, because 90 is the late night one, and I'm pretty sure Manif will definitely attend that one. AG22, Giant Magini versus 2 Chainsaw Ganados. 2 Chainsaw Ganado. No, I think Giant Magini will just kick him around. Why, Chatra, my reaction if I brought a dog home, but it viciously kills and eats my cat. Then the dog is getting put down. You could co-host on 80 if I want. And that's the only one I'm thinking I might do a co-host just because it's an even number with a 0 on it. You know, every 5 Q&As I might co-host, so 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. And I'm really, really hoping that if we don't have 4 people for 100, we have got to have 4 people for 104. We need to. I might like try to make it happen. But yeah, apparently I'm only gonna be able to use my current version of Skype for 5 more days 5 more days, and then apparently it's gonna force me to upgrade. I don't know what's gonna happen. Is it just like not gonna work if I don't upgrade or what? I'm really curious to find out. AG22 versus Crimson Head. Man, well, I don't know how good AG22 is, but considering he attends these Q&As very frequently and is probably a Resident Evil fan, he probably knows how to handle Crimson Heads. So, AG22, what was my favorite Q&A? It's definitely number 60. 60 was my favorite Q&A. What Q&A 88 will be to anticipate Resident Evil 8, so you'll probably ask some hypothetical Resident Evil 8 questions. Also, Wyatt, the most forgettable Q&A, probably number 13 because it was so short. AG22, the worst Q&A besides this one. I feel like I had an equally as dull one within the last 10 Q&As, but I can't name numbers. I can't remember what every single Q&A was like. Only certain ones like that made an actual impression. Like 50, 52, 60, 75. All of those ones made some sort of impression. And then, of course, 68, 70, 72 because of all the co-hosts. But, yeah. Any other one, like, of course, the test Q&A and then number 1. And then there's the one that I had my car stolen, like, at the time. But I don't remember which number it was specifically. Wyatt. Crimson Head Manif versus Rotted Wyatt. Crimson Head Manif's winning you, buddy. U.S. Army. You thought Thor's hammer in Resident Evil 7, the DLC gun, was an assault rifle. I know, it looks like an assault rifle, doesn't it? But it's a shotgun, interestingly enough. Wyatt. More hyped for Resident Evil 8 or Rev 3? Resident Evil 8. Hello, Alex Shepard. You are super late. Because guess what? Q&A is ending right now. Okay. So that's going to end the Q&A. People will answer this last question from Wyatt. More hyped for File 3 or another Chronicles game? File 3. Sorry, AG22, your question came in after I said last question, so I can't answer it. You'll have to save it for next time. Alright, people, this is Shankster94, aka The Gamer Shankster. Rate, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Patreon. Shout out to Wyatt Chantron for being my one and only patron as of this moment. And I will see you guys in the next Q&A, most likely that before the weapon review, because I don't think I'll have it finished by then. We'll see, though. You never know. And yes, hopefully, next Q&A will be a lot better than this. I'm just not feeling it today. I don't know. Alright, guys. Peace out. Hope you guys have a good day.